Hello everyone, it's me Benji back here again with Doki Doki Literature Club, and basically, while in between recordings, I was curious what Doki Doki meant, so I searched up on the internet, and apparently Doki Doki is Japanese for the beating heart, in the same way how we English we think of badum is the beating heart in English. Well, Doki Doki is what the heartbeat is in Japanese, which is pretty interesting. So most likely, because obviously I haven't seen a Doki Doki Literature Club video in so long that I don't really know what it is exactly. So maybe it could be a romance thing, but the warnings really put me off guard, to be completely honest with you. But we're back at it again, part 2, and see what happens. So let's go continue with the video. With that, the two of us depart the classroom and we make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls: Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Yuri, Monika, good. The other 2 fuckers, fuck off, right? Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Well, let's be honest. If it was full of listen, depends. If these girls, it depends on what the girls are gonna be reading, but also, 2 hot chicks, pretty good, But at the same time, they could be, hey, why not have a literature club with the boys and read boys' books? That's more fun. But you gotta, listen, man. If you're a fucking lonely dude, you gotta do whatever it takes, especially with 2 hot chicks and 2 others, So yeah, let's continue. Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of the girls. I want to either get close to Yuri or Monika. That's my goal. At least I want to see till now. Alright, I'll just need to make most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Well, obviously it's been way too early because no one posted anything, because obviously my videos don't make anything. Write a poem. Pick words your favorite club member would like. Something good might happen whoever likes the poem the most. So, frightening. Awesome. Where's Monika? Horror. Graveyard. Pleasure. Embrace. Hurt. Vertigo. Sugar. Easy. Adventure. Secretive. Essence. Aura. Anger. I know you're a little angry or shit, that's only using fucking bounce. Vitality. Sadness. Explode. Precious. Let's see what happens. Hi again, Benji. Hi again to you too, Monika. Glad to see you. You didn't run away from us. Okay, good. Nah, don't worry. You're too happy for me to leave. You locked the doors. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Benji. No problem, Yuri. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature club when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! You're getting slack. Fuck you, Natsuki. If it were for me, I would have shot you by now. You shouldn't serve yourself sack for about fucking destroying you. Right? Shut the fuck up. Siri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. Yes! I just want to go home and be alone. And last year too, yeah, I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Okay. Natsuki, you really are having a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monika and manga. Manga's literature. True. Defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry guys, Benji always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Yeah, Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. Now listen, not to be rude, but why on earth would the main character stay friends with Sayori? I'm just saying. You got Yuri, kick her out, be with Yuri or Monica, and fuck off, you know? And you almost set your house on fire. What the fuck, Sayori? What did you do? Is that so? You don't even remember! You don't what? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Oh, she's shy, she's sad, she's jealous. I might be a little bit jealous. Okay, I expected that. How come you and Benji can become good friends too? We could be more than friends, mate. No. Sayori, okay, as usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. You even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori, me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. She's looking away. What did you bring me? It better not be something sus. It better not be chloroform. I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. All right. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a gun or a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. That's right, 15 World War Stories, but by Ben Mifsu. I knew you would have bought it. You know you support me. Good. It's a short read, yeah, exactly. So it'll keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Even picked out a book she thinks I'd like, despite me not reading much. Yuri! Thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. What the fuck just happened? Now that everyone settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica have been having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. Hell yeah. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. ... But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm rereading a bit, so I'm reading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious of how come you have 2 copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. You never know when you need to meet a hot boy and be like, hey boy, you want a book? You want to talk about books? We're going to talk about something else later. I can't wait to get myself a fucking webcam. You can see my face right now and all the fucking expressions that happening. I'm telling you, mate. You won't believe me. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. Shit. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and a relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Shit, it's not my book, goddamn. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure that I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, this is about a girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life just starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Oh fuck! Oh no! Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Benji? Maybe. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Hey, It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. You know what? You're right. Gosh darn it, you're right. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think I don't really think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Haha. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah? Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not really used to. You gotta get used to me, that's for sure. Yeah, let's go. That is reading in company with someone. Oh, I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I still understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, because there's Yuri. If Sayori or Natsuki were near you, I would have fucking BOOM! Daad you with you. Maka kom na ad. Alam na asninom. Tarong, bro. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually reading at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry! I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Fuck. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closed her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page, Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips over to the side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It is as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes met. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Aż besibada, bro! Aż besibada! What a cute smile, fucking hell. She's so fucking cute, Jesus Christ. Give me hello, give me the chance, yeah. It's probably the least I can do. You can do more, but alright. Since you've been so patient with me. Shit. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Benji, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's embarrassing that you think that. What? Wait. I didn't mean that in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. ... I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? And they like, bro, Yuri, you gotta be with my boy Benji. I'm just saying. Just give me a second. You, Yuri, you know that. Come on, we all know that. Come on. Give him a chance. Okay, everyone. Hey, yo, you came in at the exact same moment. Were you looking at us? What the hell? What the fuck? I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, sparred from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. Let's get that. No. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri reels her thumb from the book, causing it to close on top of her thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. Hey, Ara, but he's like, hey, yo, why don't you read with me tonight and we can read in the sheets? Let's go. But you know, something else. In that case, feel free to finish the first few chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I'd never really done this before. Well, now everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. Oh, the paper. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Oh, hey yo, she's like writing a whole, bro, she wrote a whole composition. She's like, I got 5,000 words to show this boy I wanna suck his dick. Atsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into her bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Let's start with, I don't know, Sayori, because she's the closest person to me right now, so Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. It's a good poem, Benji. Are you sure it's your first time? Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right, but that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. Damn, man. I'm having mixed feelings about Sayori now. This is getting weird now. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Oh, okay. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but it doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's, like I said before, Benji, deep down you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't really deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Well, cupcakes and being kidnapped here, but you know, even though I was tricked by cupcakes that she lied to for other people, and I was kidnapped and dragged here. Sayori, I don't know why, but this is a really sweet moment, to be completely honest. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure that you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of saying thank you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through the blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until the morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. Of course. You can answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't beat me. I'm not beating me. I'm being honest. You're fucking stupid. You're fucking lazy. Back to square one. I still try my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that was a bad poem. It just came out nice. How should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. You're a fucking slow, unreliable piece of shit. Who is cute? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. That's true. You know what? You're right. You're smart. Okay. It's bad to skip. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Okay, who's next? Let's get the annoying bitch out of the way. Come on, just show me your fucking creepy Harry Styles fucking One Direction shit. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It's just, it didn't evoke any emotions. Go fuck yourself. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That's not like a rap. Okay, she's a rapper. Okay, I knew it was I know it was a fucking dude, cause bro, Cardi B can't rap that good. Fuck no. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks I'm writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But it isn't the point of poems for people to express. Isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on its purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess you're more into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't you expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with her last comment because she's a fucking retard. I don't really care how old anyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Let's go with Monica, because why not? Hi Benji. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good! Glad to hear it! By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up, cause look at that fucking tit. No, I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Fuck you, dickhead. Don't worry, Benji. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's just a sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job. Okay, thank you. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes giving things simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can really take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at its point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. Do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I could feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you trying new things. I want to try you, that's for sure. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a bit based towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. So, you're pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle put. Give me a second. Let's check something real quick. So I had to check something real quick. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor. See the direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor. An angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with the permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on this I was looking in. It's a romance one. So what do you think? Very freeform, if that's how you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's alright. Yeah, it's kind of a style that has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poets have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Has to be a dude. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, there's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when people are writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. And another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same point for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Monica has really good advice, man. Legit, a great teacher for writing. And my experience as a writer, the same thing happens. When you're stuck thinking of what the next thing to say is, you end up with weeks and months of writing a book, which has happened to me many times. So, just write. You go with Yuri, last one. Hello, 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 Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face. Ooh. He's going to hate me. Yuri didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. Why am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Yeah. I write books, not poetry, but damn, if I'm good at two, I might as well write too. Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant Yuri trails off unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned how to pick on them. She's into me. Just ask her out. Come on, make it official. Fucking finish this goddamn game. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style more very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it comes with the practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit based though, of course, 'cause she's a fucking bitch. Based how? Well, never mind. Harry Styles, I know it. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. You want my dick? You want to fight against fucking Natsumi? I get it. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be the literature club? Ghost under candlelight. What the fuck? The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That's really fucking good. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking about that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it's very descriptive. It was very descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Benji. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But I remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their own work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. It's a romance book! It's a romance poem. Yeah, that's cool. In that case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Benji. Me too. Okay, we did it. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance over the room. That's a little more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they were just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. It is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monik are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration because she's a bitch. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism of it or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have just asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Benji did too. So, based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long enough time establishing my writing style. I don't appreciate it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Oh, don't say the word. And Benji liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was inspired by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested into trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Oh, you fucking, that's so me, you're fucking helping us. Okay, I'll give you $5. You help me get her in the car. So fuck. That's not what I. You just. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Benji appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would have deliberately gone out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Fuck! Shit, there's gonna be a fight! Fight! No. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Benji started to show up. Hey, yo. What? Natsuki, what the fuck? Natsuki, that's a little. This doesn't involve you. She's here for the kill. She's gonna kill somebody. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there. Benji, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started. Listen, at least she got tits. You got fucking nothing, mate. Okay, so Natsuki, you don't even have to fucking try. Right? If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Benji. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning most effectively. Avoiding them is just unnecessary, limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right, Benji? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Help me. Help, Natsuki! There's me, drying up any words in her mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri! But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Yeah? Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can you two keep fighting when you're making your friend feel like this? That's true. Benji, well, that's her problem. This is about her. Listen, I could have chose Yuri, but I'm not a dickhead, right? Because they both wrote amazing poems and they're both right. They're both right, so I can't really be angry at any of them. So, you know, I had to use Sayori as the sacrifice. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to inject their feelings into the conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me, are you listening to yourself? Just call Monica to fucking beat the shit out of everyone. This is exactly why why nobody likes. Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people. And I love them because they're different, because of the differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same way as they were before. Big and beautiful. God damn it, man. Big and beautiful. Okay. This is the fucking game, not me, alright? Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with her bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, saying at nothing. So this is why Sayori is the vice president, I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, it's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She may be an airhead, but sometimes it's really suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Taking good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Alright guys, I think that's enough for today's episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in part 3.